Some games we played, others we lived in. For some people, that world was EverQuest. For others, it was Dark Age of Camelot, or the vast lands of World of Warcraft. Different worlds, but as a visitor to them all, the stories still felt strangely familiar. For me, one of the most memorable worlds was in RuneScape. The first time I ever played RuneScape, it wasn't even my account. A friend from school gave me his login information so I could try the game. I remember logging in, holding an adamant battle axe, killing chickens somewhere in the world. I had no idea where I was. I didn't even know what I was doing. But somehow, that world stuck with me. Through stories from friends at school, little rumors about how the game worked, where to fight, where to meet up when we just wanted to chat. After some time, I started logging in more and more. The game was free after all and was played in a browser. No CDs, installs, or anything like that. Before long, RuneScape became a place I returned to every day. There's a song in RuneScape called Garden. And the moment I hear it, I'm a kid again. Walking slowly through the city, looking at shops, watching other players pass by in armor I didn't understand yet. I remember seeing someone wearing different colored plate armor, sometimes green, sometimes blue, and thinking, wow, wonder where he got that. That must be really strong, that must be expensive. Back then, I didn't know anything about the stats of gear. It was all a mystery. Every player you passed felt like someone who had already figured the world out. As kids, none of us really understood how the game worked. The economy felt like a secret language. You didn't learn methods from guides or YouTube. You learned them from friends, from rumors, from conversations at school. I remember two of my friends had made a contact, some player who needed cowhides in bulk. So every day after school, they'd farm cows, saving up piles of hides until they had enough to sell. Eventually, they made enough money for full rune armor and green dragon hide. For reference, that's basically the best melee and ranged armor in the game for free to play. At the time, that felt like unimaginable wealth. Meanwhile, I was still trying to figure out how any of it worked. But I stuck with it, as much as a kid with little patience and a short attention span can. Because being in that world was enough. A lot of us logged in after school. Not always with a plan, sometimes just to see who was there. The first thing I'd do was check my friends list, especially to see if my uncle was online. We didn't always adventure together, but we'd always say hi when we logged in. RuneScape was strange in that way. Of course, it's an MMO, but a lot of the game was actually very single player. There weren't traditional groups the way other MMOs had. Yet somehow, we still spent time together. I remember we'd meet up somewhere, like Barbarian Village, and kill barbarians side by side, typing in the general chat about our day, talking about school, about progress, and every now and then, you'd see little fireworks go above the person's head. Someone would level up, and the same small ritual would happen. Grats. Nice. GZ. Tiny messages that somehow meant a lot. One of my strongest RuneScape memories happened during Christmas. We had finished opening presents during a family dinner when my uncle told me something. Log into RuneScape real quick. He opened the game on his laptop. I logged in on the family computer. He told me, meet him at the Ectofunctus. For those that don't know, it's just a quick teleport to get there, an easy meeting spot. When the trade window opened, I saw it. A dragon medhelm. At the time, it was worth around 1 million gold, a rare drop he had gotten from black demons. Then, he added rune boots too. Back then, those were the best boots in the game. Today, those items are not a lot. They're definitely just something that you high alch for money or just leave on the floor. But when I saw that helmet appear in the trade window, it felt like the greatest treasure in the world. Maybe your world wasn't RuneScape. Maybe it was EverQuest. Maybe Dark Age of Camelot. Maybe Azeroth. But the stories sound familiar. Logging in after school. Checking if your friends were online. Standing in towns and just letting the music play. Watching other players walk by in gear you couldn't afford yet. Celebrating small victories together. These worlds weren't just games we played. They were places we spent time. Places where friendships happened. Places where memories formed. Nostalgia sometimes gets a bad reputation. People say it's a trap. But sometimes nostalgia is just a way of recognizing something that mattered. A way of appreciating moments we might have walked past without realizing their significance. For many of us, these worlds were part of growing up. And looking back now, they don't feel like games. They feel like places we once lived in.